Have you ever experienced love's betrayal as a stab to the back? Yes, I did. Carrie abandoned our vows and embraced her darkest desires, which caused my life, which had once been harmoniously entwined with hers, to descend into chaos. Separation. She scoffed, not realizing how hurt I was. Why would you want a divorce? Stop being an ass, Hank, this isn't funny, she said. I reached a point of no return because of her disobedience and betrayal. She started to say you will have had the last sex with me on this vacation, which signaled the end. She can be a whore to her heart's content. I don't care. I am done with her. This is my awakening. Enjoy watching it. My wife Carrie and I were in Jamaica 2 years ago. That spot was the beginning of a significant shift for me. For our 5th year together, it was the trip of a lifetime. We gave this vacation our all because I wasn't doing as well as I am now. But for our anniversary, it was worthwhile. To see Carrie happy, I would stop at nothing. No matter the cost, I had to go to Jamaica because she loved to smile and I loved to make her smile. We had hoped for a blissful 2 weeks. At any rate, I did. It turned out that Carrie and I had very different definitions of joy. That first night felt like a freight train to me. Whoa! We arrived early in the evening. To us, it felt like morning. Carrie was insane, but I was pumped. She was giddy with excitement. She was tearing at my clothes before we had even been in our room with a view of the ocean for 2 seconds. She exuded a wildness that surpassed our honeymoon. I was in love with Carrie, and she was on fire. We have tried everything. She was willing to try anything. Almost everything, that is. However, those 2 items? Never understood them. Either way, not a huge deal. After 4 hours, I was extremely exhausted and yearned for sleep, but her obsession was the beach. After all, it was our anniversary. She was buzzing, but I could hardly keep my eyes open. My lady wants the beach, she gets the beach. Then, dressed in the cutest bikini ever, Carrie emerged from the restroom. It barely covered anything, really. I went crazy. Carrie simply laughed and said it was all right since she had looked it up. What, Carrie? You can't go out in that. It hides nothing. Yes, exactly. Carrie was a research specialist, and that was what she did for a living. Me? I was not going to allow her to wear that thing out in public. I also informed her of this. After getting upset for a while, Carrie pretended I wasn't there. She picked up our beach stuff and put on a sheer little dress. She sounded irate as she asked, "You coming?" I had to ask, "Hey, what's going on? Why would you go out in that? Just talk to me, please. Tell me what you're thinking. That's all I want." Carrie was just talking to me. At that moment, Carrie went from being angry to ecstatic. "We're not going to the regular beach, Hank. There's a different beach close by, a naked beach. We're going to go there and have fun, play some games. I'm going to tease as many guys as I can, and you're going to watch. It'll be a blast," she said, beaming at me with that smile that could light up a room. My degree is in chemical engineering, with additional coursework in finance and management. Yes, so much for education when it comes to real life. All I could say, not because I was a stupid person, was, "What?" Think about it, Hank. You get to see me showing off, and, well, I might get a bit close with some guys, and you'll get all fired up. Then we come back here and have the best time in bed. Do what now? Why would I want to watch you messing around with other guys? How does any of this lead to us having a great time together? We just had a good time. Well, no, Hank, that was okay, not amazing. Are you kidding me? That was awesome, right? For hours, you're saying that wasn't enough? I looked at Carrie in disbelief. Carrie just tipped her head to stare at me. Babe, it was good. It's always good with you. But it wasn't amazing. I liked it, sure. I'll always like it. But right here, right now, I want it to be amazing. That means we need more people involved. Not right with us, but nearby. Something to make you a bit mad. Carrie, I'm confused. I don't understand what you're pursuing. What about everything we discussed? We talked for months about what we would do here. Carrie remained motionless during our conversation. I don't want to do any of that, Hank. None. Look, I've really thought about my plan. You've got to trust me. I want to spend our time out of this room making you wild, super jealous, so much that you'll pull me back here and take charge. Really show me you're in charge. Not just Hank, but my man, Hank. Get it? No, I don't, Carrie. Where's this coming from? Am I not good enough that now you need some pretend Hank? What, like forcing you? What the heck? How'd you even think of this? Carrie was just grinning. That's it, Hank. Plain Hank. I'm over plain Hank. I want exciting Hank. My plan will get me that. Oh, so, Carrie, what if I don't want to be exciting Hank? What's your plan then? Well, you'll either go with it or not. I can't make you, Hank. But I'll tell you this, it's my way, or I'm out. What does that mean, Carrie? Carrie nodded. Carrie gave me a playful yet serious look and said, I'm going to do what I want, Hank. You're in or you're not. If you don't play my game, Hank, you'll miss out. What do you mean? I couldn't suppress a small chuckle. My jaw dropped. No more fun times in bed with me on this trip? She shook her head and said, Carrie, you're kidding, right? Please say yes. No joke, Hank. I mean it. This is my holiday too. I want to enjoy myself right now, right here. I just want to have some fun. What we do here stays here. But I find the exact opposite of what you find enjoyable to be enjoyable. I'm on vacation too. I don't want to watch you play around with other people during that time. Why bring this up at this particular time? I waited because I knew that if you found out sooner, you would refuse. Sandra was accurate. Sandra, the woman who cheated on her marriages and was divorced 5 times. Sandra is that. Hank, she's right about you. What she does is her thing. Carrie, I see it differently. When she began to pour ideas into your head, that's when it became our thing. We're taking this trip in honor of our anniversary. We have saved every penny for this, and now you're making it all about yourself by insisting that we play your game on our anniversary or nothing at all. Hank, that's the way things have to be. No, Carrie, it doesn't. You could pause, reflect, and discuss our shared goals for this place with me rather than with her. Hank, I may have gone above and beyond what I asked for. Carrie, what do you mean when you say a little more? I definitely want to try being with more than one man, if not more than 2. Engage in sexual activity. While we're here, would you like to have sex with other men? Yes, and when I do it, I want you to be there too. I chuckled, thinking to myself, Carrie, are you hearing yourself? This was too weird. You're saying you'd like to spend our special day apart from me so you can spend it with other men, and you think I'll be cool with that? That I will only observe? Do you really think this way? I understand only that you desire for us to part ways. Is that the message you want to convey? No, that isn't the case at all. That's all I want, something new. Really? How about me? Do I also get to discover something new? No, this is just for me, she firmly stated. What I'm seeking. That's the word, hot wife, now that you know. Whether you are there or not, it will still happen, but I would prefer that you were. To be honest, I need you to be cool with it. Everything just stopped working, including my heart and mind. It was unbelievable to me. Is it true that you intend to carry out this task? Are you serious? Yes, Hank, I do mean business. This is something I have long desired. This is our opportunity. Anything that occurs here remains here. Even though I disagree with this and it could cause our marriage to end, do you still want to proceed? Indeed, Hank. You're saying that even if it means that we're done now? I've heard about this hot wife thing, you know. If the spouse is on board, then it should be acceptable. You're not being true to me if you're doing this now, especially on our anniversary, since I didn't agree to this. It implies that you're just cheating and not a hot wife. We're done, Carrie, if you do this. That is my opinion of your plan. As much as you mean it, so do I. Hank, I'm taking care of it. She snapped back. Stop being so whiny and selfish. All right, let's proceed. I jumped up at that point and went to my suitcase, throwing it onto the bed. I took off my dirty clothes and began to put them on. Hank, what are you doing? How does it appear? Putting on clothes. Why do you not put on a bathing suit? It is easy, Carrie. I cannot take a flight back in my bikini. Return by plane? For what reason would you depart? Mainly because I detest being in a relationship or married to a cheater. I can travel home just as easily. I can at least locate a lawyer and begin the divorce process there. Separation? What could possibly make you want that? Hank, stop it. This isn't funny. Carrie, it's not at all. And it's not that hot wife crap you threw at me either. I don't care who you have fun with, just stay here and have fun. I'm not going to stay to witness it or learn about it. You don't want to be married to me anymore, in my opinion. Divorce, then, is true. Carrie, don't worry, Sandra will have room for you when you return. You can fill her in on everything you got up to on our anniversary. I'll even deliver your belongings directly onto her lawn at her house. Come on, Hank, be fair. I don't want you to leave. That's all, it's just for fun. We're away from home. Yeah, right, I remarked after putting on my clothes. Enjoy yourself while I witness the woman I love destroy my heart and soul and show zero concern for me in the process. I'm not having any fun with this, Carrie. I cannot be with a person who cheats or desires to cheat. I refuse to live with someone who finds enjoyment in doing this kind of thing on our anniversary. I appreciate you showing me how much you care, Carrie. I said, I guess I don't need that kind of love. I gave my suitcase a sharp tug and lifted it off the bed. I said, I'll text you the name of my lawyer. After that, I exited the room, strolled out of the hotel, and discovered a waiting taxi outside. I arrived at the airport in 30 minutes. No success, no return flights until the following day. It was no big deal, the airport itself had a pleasant bar. My ticket was rescheduled for early the following morning, so all I had to do was wait. I had already checked in my bag. Carrie's texts continued beeping on my phone, but I ignored them and wandered the airport. Was it really too early to start drinking? I could have a drink now and get some sleep before my flight. Yes, that is the strategy, I told myself. I had no trouble finding a table because the bar wasn't very busy. I ordered a drink and then sat there thinking about my marriage. It's not true that I don't understand or care enough, despite what some people may think. Carrie is the one I love the most. I have met a lot of girls, but none have captured my heart like she did. She was the one the moment I laid eyes on her in college. I had to make her like me. In college, Carrie was incredibly popular, and many guys were vying for her attention because they thought they were more attractive, charming, wealthy, and funny than me. However, I persisted longer than any of the other guys, and it was worthwhile. It was difficult to win Carrie over because she was highly desired by many. Somehow, after 9 months, she decided on me. I followed her lead when she did, though I'm not entirely sure why. I believe I had a clear plan for my future, something the others did not have. I knew exactly where I wanted to start my career, how I wanted to advance, and how to make it all happen. My entire education was based on this plan. I was determined to succeed at all costs. Maybe Carrie stuck by me because she saw my drive. But despite my busy schedule, I took care to ensure that our time together wasn't compromised by my work life. I worked hard so I could spend as much time as possible with Carrie at home. Yes, there were occasions when I had to travel or stay late for work, but Carrie could usually accompany me. She stayed with me at no additional cost to us, even though we paid for her trip. I always made sure Carrie had as much involvement in my professional life as she desired. My life was about us both, not just about me. I didn't hide anything from her, and I assumed she felt the same way. However, she had secrets of her own, secrets about herself, not about me. We would have saved money on this trip if she had discussed all of this earlier. What a trip for an anniversary this turned out to be. During this pointless trip, I didn't even get to enjoy a simple sandwich. I looked through my phone for her texts as my drink arrived. "Carrie, this isn't funny," I texted. "Hank, I just can't get what you're thinking, but you better come back." "This ain't a joke, Carrie. Where are you? Talk to me, darn it. You can't be real, can you? Are you really leaving us for this? Why, come back, Hank. Let's chat more, please." "Carrie, look," I begged. "Hank, this is nothing big, I swear. It's no big deal. I'm not cheating on you. How can I be if you're right here with it all? I want you here with me. Please come back." She answered, "I'm at the beach, and I'm naked. Come over, you'll like it here. There's lots to see, and this will be way easier than I thought. I've had a few men come up to me already. Hank, join me, quit messing around. Without you, it's not fun for me." "Carrie, act that way, then don't rush back to our room, honey," I replied. "Come back later. I'll text you when you can come back. I'll be busy, if you catch my drift. You're missing out, Hank, this guy's wild." God, it was barely an hour and a half since I left the hotel, and already she's found some jerk. Is that correct to say, happy anniversary? I guess that's how real love is. I had hoped she would reconsider this mess, but that hope has now faded. She didn't just step over the bounds, she went overboard. It was pointless to keep my phone on, so I turned it off. How even does something like this begin? If our marriage was troubled, I could understand it, but from what I could see, it wasn't. After giving it a lot of thought, I can't remember a single instance where Carrie appeared dissatisfied with either of us. She never expressed any desire for additional spice at all. So why did she have this wild idea in the first place? Carrie clearly stole this idea from Sandra. That woman didn't understand the meaning of loyalty or faithfulness. She was only concerned with what made her happy, no matter what. She was married 5 times and divorced 5 times, with the longest marriage lasting only a year. At work, she had a close friendship with Carrie. Carrie wouldn't let me keep them apart, despite my best efforts. I gave up trying because all I wanted was peace. Though I'm sure Sandra had some involvement in Carrie's most recent antics, Carrie never really did anything awful with Sandra that made me say enough. However, why? Does it really matter now that I might never know? Nope, we have not kept our word, and that is that. More hurt than words can express. When I return, what will I do next? On this trip, we gave it our all. Sure, we have enough cash for the car, cards, rent, and lights, but not enough to move out or hire a lawyer. And those guys demand payment in full now. Yes, I am considering ending things, but financially I cannot. That is disgusting. What is the plan then? I'm returning soon, and I'm not taking any more vacation days. It would be a waste to have them sit around. I'll discuss moving to a new work location with Mr. Cranch. Not required to stay in order to advance. But where? As long as I'm not with Carrie, it doesn't matter. Carrie makes enough money to manage and keep the apartment. I'll handle the cards, the car, and my own bills. The rest she can handle. That's the beginning of a plan, I suppose. I switched on my phone and connected to the free Wi-Fi in the airport. Then, when I went onto my employer's HR to look for a new job, I saw that Santa Fe, New Mexico, was the perfect fit. One task that was required was. My phone's small screen made it difficult, but I still applied. It seemed to be intended just for me. I also emailed Mr. Cranch to let him know that I had applied for the job swap and that I would be returning from my trip much earlier than expected. When I returned, I would tell him more. I decided to have another drink after that. To me, happy anniversary. I then looked up how to dissolve a marriage in New Mexico. Yes, I can do that too. It was surprisingly easy. All I had to do was stay there for 60 days. I could apply for it online and be free within 60 to 90 days. Whoa, that was awesome. It would cost a lot of money to hire a lawyer where I currently reside, and it might take a year for an amicable divorce. Yes, job or no job, I'm moving. Carrie can label it quitting or whatever. If she so chooses, she can also cover the cost of the split. A second message appeared afterwards. Carrie, bad idea for you to come back here tonight, Hank. He's staying till morning. It's that good. Sorry, Hank, but can you find another place to sleep tonight? Maybe the lobby? The entrance hall. I paid a lot of money to sleep in a lobby, but it might be preferable than an airport. I'll remain here, then. Going back and forth is pointless. This makes me consider my plans for when I return. At home again? I live in an apartment now, not really a home. Thus the whole cost of this trip was covered by insurance. All of it, hotel, food, and travel. No big purchases to make me even broker than I already am. Carrie has her cards. She will therefore probably remain here for 2 weeks, unless she decides to return earlier to make repairs. I don't think so. Though it isn't really important at this point. What happens next? Should I move out or remain in our apartment? I hardly want to be in that apartment, except perhaps to get my belongings. It might work somewhere else, though. Perhaps Alicia Capshaw is a former college friend. Despite never dating, we remained friends. It's great that we are still friends and have the same job. At least Carrie never expressed that she thought it was weird that Alicia and I were friends. Alicia lives alone in her own apartment. Perhaps we could crash together for a while. Yes, but guessing at this point would be pointless. When I get back, I'll see how things progress. If Mr. Cranch declines the transfer, what would happen next? I guess I'll just have to give up and relocate. There's no way that I'm going to stay in that apartment. I have a strong desire to get in touch with Alicia. My phone isn't working here, but I really need to talk to someone. All I can do is text and browse the internet. But I don't want to send Alicia a text or email with all of this information. Is there anything I even want to tell her? Man, I'm not sure. Not even 9 p.m. has passed. Not yet. It's going to be an extended evening. I boarded my flight and headed home with heavy eyes since sleep was refusing to cooperate. I didn't turn on my phone until I got back to the apartment, so that's great. It was off again. There were more texts. Carrie, Hank, where are you? Are you okay? Why no answer? Listen, I thought it over, and I want you back. Back in the room. Ryan's fine with it if you watch us. He's done this kind of thing, says it's not rare. So come back, please, Carrie. You're making me worry, Hank. Why so quiet? You don't have to be. Don't act this way, love. Come have fun with me. It's all just a game. I was still at the airport when those arrived. The final one as I arrived at my location. Carrie, I checked with the airline and heard you flew home this morning. How could you? I said I didn't want you to go. This is crap, Hank. We've been planning this trip for ages, and you ditch me here. You can't be that mad at me. It's just sex, Hank. What's wrong with you? Acting like a kid. Now, you better not be doing something dumb at home, babe. No lawyers. I'm staying here. We paid for 2 weeks, and I'm going to enjoy it. Won't be the same without you, but I'm staying. We'll talk when I get back. I'm so mad at you. The first thing I did was crash. Yeah, sure, we'll talk. That's first on my list. I needed to sleep, but I was all wound up. That's what I spent 5 hours doing. Felt awful when I woke up. Of course, the fridge was empty. Before we left, we emptied it. After a fast wash and change of clothes, we headed to Burger King. A car pulled over and stopped. It was Alicia. Something about the way I looked must have told her it was okay. Hey, weren't you meant to be in Jamaica for your anniversary? Why are you here, Hank? Hop in, Hank. Time for a chat. Come on, get in. When I did, she took me to a peaceful bar. It was a quiet evening. In fact, Alicia paid for the drinks. I told her everything. I spilled the beans. I showed her the texts that Carrie had sent because she refused to believe it. Though Alicia usually has a low key, those texts really pissed her off. She hit me with this out of the blue, right after we hooked up, and told me straight up that she was going to do this hot wife thing, whether I liked it or not. Geez, Hank, why is she acting like this? I have no clue. It seems that the man is meant to find amusement in being ignored while his spouse engages in whatever. I then turned to leave. It didn't deter her in the least. So, what's your plan, Hank? You're not just going to wait around for her, are you? I told her my basic plan and that I would be leaving the area whether or not I was transferred. Only had to hold off until payday. You guys are broke, Hank. No, but we spent all our savings on this special trip. I thought it was worth it. So, you thinking divorce? I asked, outlining my strategy and the divorce laws in New Mexico. After giving it some thought, she nodded. Sounds simple and straight. She can't fight it. Nope, one person wants out, and it's done. No mess. We don't have stuff to split, so it should be quick and cheap. So, where will you stay while Carrie is off doing her thing? Back to your place? I'd rather not, but I'm kind of stuck. I don't want to be there if she comes back. That's no issue. Grab your stuff and stay at my place. I'd like the company, man. Alicia, but you've got your own life. Not really. I've not been on a date for 4 moons. I just can't deal with the dating mess, you get me. Really, back when I was about to fly from Jamaica, I thought of asking you out, but I didn't. I didn't want to trouble you. This is my mess to sort. You get that, Alicia? I can't dump this on you. It's not right. But that's for me to say, Hank. We've been pals for ages. You were there when I was low. I want to be there for you now. Hearing that made me feel a rush of feelings. I hadn't really faced what Carrie did yet. Now, it hit me hard, and I was shaking, trying to keep it together. I just nodded. When, Hank? It's Thursday. You're meeting Mr. Cranch tomorrow, right? Yes, he said to come by any time. So, yes, tomorrow morning. Okay, then. So, you packed Friday afternoon, and you moved to mine on Saturday. Does that work? All I could do was nod, so thankful for Alicia. That was the plan. Now, she dropped me back at the fast food place, hugged me tight, and kissed me before I got out. But at my flat, Sandra was there, waiting. Hey, Hank, how's it going? What do you want? You're the last person I want to see. I know, Hank. I get it. Can we just talk, just a bit? Carrie sent me to check on you, that's all. I don't want to talk to you, Sandra. Not at all. I don't care what you tell Carrie. Just go away and leave me be. Carrie said you were tossing her stuff out. Is that true? What I do or don't do is none of your biz. Carrie doesn't own any part of it now. She let it go when she chose to cheat and mess up our marriage. You can tell her that. Now, beat it. I pushed past her and got into the apartment, slamming the door, but silly me, forgot to lock it. Sandra just walked right in. Hank, chill. What the? Leave? No, I just want to talk a bit, that's all. Let me say my piece and I'll go. Yeah, right. I grabbed her arm and shoved her out, slamming the door again and this time locking it. Sandra's got nerve, and she doesn't get the message 'cause she started knocking on my door like crazy, then she hit the doorbell nonstop. Yeah, we got a doorbell. I walked back and yanked the door open. What do you want? I said. I don't want to talk. Go away. No, just listen for a few minutes about what Carrie is up to, that's all I'm asking. I don't care what you think she's up to. I know what's going on, and I want no part. Leave, Sandra, or I'm calling the cops. Just go. Come on, Hank, a few minutes, damn it. Get the hint. No. Listen now. I was boiling mad. Who did she think she was? You've got 30 seconds starting now. Damn, Hank, don't be like this. I slammed the door in her face and locked it, heading back to my room. But guess what? She had a key. I barely got to the bedroom when she rushed at me, tackling me down till we hit the bed. My head hit the headboard hard, dazing me, and she used that chance to sit on top of me, pinning me down. You're going to listen to me, Hank, or else. Now, here's the thing. I don't care who you are. In the heat of a playful wrestle, tensions flared between Hank and Sandra, a situation that quickly spiraled beyond a jest. The room brimmed with a mix of adrenaline and discomfort as they grappled, clothed in the thin veils of decorum, which soon proved insufficient under the strain of their scuffle. The moment Hank felt a stir of arousal, a sense of dread gripped him. Sandra's laughter, though light, struck a chord of embarrassment within him, propelling him into a fervor that saw her tumbling onto the bed, dress askew, revealing that she had foregone the modesty of undergarments. Despite the turmoil stirring within Hank, he found himself momentarily ensnared by the sight laid bare before him, a pause that lasted barely a moment yet etched itself into memory. As if possessed by an unspoken agreement or perhaps driven by the raw intensity of the moment, they found themselves entwined in a fervid and furious embrace. What unfolded was not an act of love, but something primal and unbridled. Hank was driven by a tempest of emotion, while Sandra matched his intensity with cries of fervent participation. In a pivotal moment, the fervor took a darker turn as Hank, compelled by a mix of rage and fervency, sought to assert dominance in a manner he believed would convey his inner turmoil. Yet, the outcome was not as envisioned. Sandra's reactions, far from pain, were those of exhilaration, her body responding with heights of ardor that Hank had not anticipated. The aftermath left Hank reeling, a maelstrom of disbelief and dismay at what had transpired between them. The feeling of appall deepened as he found himself momentarily ensnared in an unexpected bind. Only when the physical connection had waned did he manage to extricate himself, hastily recollecting his attire whilst grappling with the shock and perplexity that enshrouded his thoughts. Sandra, meanwhile, remained on the bed, her demeanor untouched by the intensity of their encounter, her gaze following Hank's movements with an unsettling calm and a smirk that spoke volumes. Her nonchalance in the wake of such tumultuous intimacy left Hank staggering under the weight of what had occurred, clothed once more yet stripped of any bearings. Hank stood at the precipice of understanding, voicing the turmoil that churned within. What the hell just happened? In her reply, Sandra offered no regret, no admonishment, but a peculiar form of consolation wrapped in the enigma of their encounter. We happened, Hank. You needed that. Her words meant to soothe instead etched a profound imprint of complexity to the saga of their unforeseen fervor. I frowned at her, then grabbed my phone from my pocket and threw it at her. Go on, call the cops, say I hurt you. It wasn't that, Hank. Yes, it was. I was so mad I wanted to just do it, call them. You've messed up my life enough, Hank. Your life isn't ruined, it's not over. Don't want to hear it, Sandra. Don't talk about Carrie and her stuff, she can do what she wants. I'm done. If you're not calling, then leave. Sandra put my phone on the side table and sat up. I'm staying tonight, Hank. You shouldn't be alone. I don't want you here, why don't you get that? I can't stand you here, Sandra, just go. I won't go, Hank. I'm staying, damn it. Just go. But then Sandra jumped off the bed and hugged me. Hank, calm down. Let's talk, okay? About what, Carrie? I don't need to hear it, Sandra. I don't care why she left, she chose to leave. Nothing you say can change that. I think different, Hank. Let's just talk. I was so angry. I knew that I didn't want a night of this with Sandra. Fine, but not here. Get dressed, we'll go out. I need drinks. Okay, let's go to that bar across the street. We can walk. Can you give me my dress? You're on it. I moved, and yeah, I was on her dress. Where's your husband? He's home, Hank. It's fine, he knows I'm here with you, and he's okay with it. He is? He's not upset? No, Hank, he's not. We have what you call an open marriage, it's all good, trust me. I can stay the whole night, and it'll still be okay. But, Hank, he can be with anyone he wants, however much he wants. So can I. That's what an open marriage is about, we just have to tell each other, that's it. He knows I'm here. That's weird. It works for us, Hank, that's what counts. I don't like you, Sandra. I never did. I know, it doesn't matter, Hank. Carrie is my friend, that's all that matters to me. 15 minutes later, we were sitting in a quiet booth, and I was on my second big scotch. Sandra was slowly drinking hers, watching me. Okay, you want to talk, let's talk. Sandra looked unhappy. Carrie loves you, Hank, that's how you start. You say she loves me, and I say she doesn't. Not enough, anyway. All this, it was your idea is right. This whole hot wife thing, no Hank, it wasn't me. Carrie found out about it from someone at work. 6 other women we work with live that life. I'm not one of them. You've done it before in your 5 marriages. Sandra laughed. No, Hank. I was never a hot wife. I did step out on my marriages, but only after I caught my husband cheating. They didn't see it as fair when I got back at them, so yeah, married 5 times, divorced 5 times. Truth is, I'm terrible at picking partners. Sam, he picked me. We started with an open marriage. I wasn't sure at first, but it fits us. So no, I was never a hot wife, and I never will be. I can't get any of this. I just can't. Carrie never talked about any of this with you, did she? Not till we were in Jamaica, in that hotel, and she was about to go meet some guy. She didn't even talk about it, she just told me what she was going to do. Oh my God, I can't believe she went and did it that way. You knew she was planning to do this to me? Yeah, Hank, I knew. I was there when these other ladies were telling Carrie how to go about it with you. These women, they like making their husbands feel small, and it seems some guys are okay with that. Not me, never me. I know I told Carrie over and over not to do it. I said you wouldn't be okay with it. But she got caught up in the excitement of it all. She thought you'd come around eventually. She thought by the time you both got back from Jamaica, she'd have you seeing things her way. She tried to make this Rocky Road thing seem fun. Yeah, I know you said I did the Rocky Road thing to you. No, I didn't. I was way out of line. Hush, Hank, you weren't. I wanted it, I pushed you. Carrie wants that from you all the time. Well, she's out of luck. I won't go near her again. That'll be hard in your tiny place, Hank. No, it won't. Oh, why is that? I didn't answer, just ordered another drink. Why not? Sandra was picking up the tab. She just sat there watching me. You plan on moving out then? Let's just say I'm not planning on staying with Carrie and leave it at that. I get it. Nothing I can say will make you change your mind. No. Look, maybe I could have been talked into trying this whole hot wife thing if she'd eased me into it, explained why she felt she needed it, maybe. Or I might have wanted to find my own fun while she did her thing. But Carrie wouldn't let me. It was all about her and Jamaica, nothing else. And on our 5th anniversary? I definitely wouldn't have agreed to it then, and not in the way she did it. Sandra shook her head. She didn't tell me any of that, did she? Say she was texting me about cheating, that she wanted me back in the hotel room, then told me to sleep in the lobby while she was with another guy in our bed. No, she didn't. Are you sure you didn't get it wrong? I gave her my phone to read the texts. I didn't care if she saw them. Sandra went white reading them. This is really bad, isn't it? It won't make you feel better, Hank, but she messed up big time. All of it. It doesn't change anything, Sandra. The fact she even thought about doing it hurts enough. I can't be with someone who doesn't want me. That's it. But she does want you, Hank. Doesn't look like it, Sandra. I get that some folks like this stuff and want it. That's okay for them, like how you and Sam are okay with having an open thing. You're grown-ups. You talked it out, and you both like it that way. I'm okay with that. It doesn't bother me. But what Carrie did, that was all her. She didn't care what I wanted. Her choice was to leave our marriage, simple as that. For me, at least. I won't say yes to this hot wife thing, and I sure won't have it in my life. Sandra sighed and gave me back my phone, then she ordered us another round. When our drinks came, she asked me, "So what will you do? Divorce her?" Yes, that's all you need to know, Sandra. Okay, fair. I'm her friend, and you don't have to trust me. I stayed quiet until I spoke up again. Did she say anything about coming back sooner? You saw, she told me she'd be away 2 weeks. Sandra bit her lip, then just gave a slight shrug. She told me she's staying, Hank. She's having fun. My face must have turned white 'cause Sandra reached out to hold my hand. I don't know why, but I held hers back. Well, that's good, I guess. At least someone's enjoying the heaps of cash it took to pay for this mess. Hank, is there any way to get you to wait on breaking up, just till she's back, to tell you more? Tell me what, Sandra? Why she hurt me? It doesn't matter now, she's done it, and she's loving it. There's nothing she can say I'd want to hear. She sent you more texts. Did you read them? No, why would I? To see her being happy while hurting me? Why the heck would I want that? Did you reply to any of her texts, even the first ones? No, not since I left the hotel room again. Why bother? Are you going to stay silent the whole time she's gone? Maybe. Why not? If she cared, she'd be here. This is such a mess. Her last texts just say yes, she's having fun and she'll stay the whole time. I don't care, okay, Hank? Enough about her. What about you? I'm lost. There are people, kind of like a help group for this stuff. Do you want to talk to them? They could really help. I shook my head. Not interested, but thanks. I've got a plan. It's all I need to feel better. If it works out like I hope. Oh, can you tell me? No, you're Carrie's friend. I need to see if it works, then I'll tell her. I don't want her to know in advance, in case it doesn't work, okay? There's no reason we can't be pals, Hank. Not after what went down on your bed. I got mad. Oh, so you're going to use that against me? Say I'm as bad as she is? Is that your game? Sandra looked taken aback. No, of course not. It's not the same thing. You didn't plan to sleep with me. I pushed that, Hank. That's on me, not you. You pushed it on me, Hank replied. Yep, I'm dressed this way on purpose, Hank. It's why I stuck around. You needed something like what happened. Did it help, even a bit? Help you deal enough to hang out with me? That's messed up, Sandra. Yeah, it is. I'm sorry. But I'd do it again for you. You would? Why? 'Cause I like you, Hank. You're a good guy. You shouldn't have had to go through that. Not like this. So, I just wanted to be there for you, in my own way. I guess I made things worse, huh? Are you saying you sleeping with me wasn't to make me feel guilty and hear out Carr's nonsense? Nope, that wasn't it, I swear. Got my number in your phone? No. Why? 'Cause I want you to have it. You got a plan? Good. I'm guessing it's about keeping Carrie in Jamaica. Don't tell me. I'm thinking if she decides to come back early, she won't tell you. She'll just pop up, and that might mess up your plan. Maybe not, but knowing she was coming back wouldn't hurt you, right? You'd go behind your friend's back? Not like you think. I'd just be helping another friend. I can have more than one friend, right? What will you tell Carrie about tonight? About us? Want to see? I can text her now. How would I know if you don't change it later? Oh, that's simple. I have an app on my phone that can send copies of texts to anyone I pick. You would see every text between Carrie and me. Want that? I'd see all your texts? Just the ones with Carrie? I set it up so you get a copy without her knowing. You in? I'm not sure. Have you done this before? Yep. With all my exes. The texts went to my lawyer. It works great. It copies everything, not just the new stuff. How's it work for me? You just make a folder, and all the texts land there. I thought for a sec, then gave S my phone. Why not? What's the folder name? Call it Carrie. She might see it. No, she won't. Your plan? Yep, this app won't let her into my phone, right? Nope, just sends texts. That's it. All right, name it Carrie, Sandra. Got it all set up in about 10 minutes. She put her number in my phone and snapped a selfie for her contact. She did the same with my number, taking a pic of me. Her photo showed a big smile, mine looked like I was in pain. She made sure it was all good before giving back my phone. So, Hank, what should I text her? Up to you, Sandra. You going to tell her we slept together? Nope, even though she wanted me to. She thought it would even things out, but I won't. Maybe Sam will tell her, but I'll ask him not to. Why do that, Sandra? Because, Hank, I like you way more than I like her. I was drunk, really feeling it, as I leaned on Sandra. And as I leaned, I couldn't help but notice more about Sandra. You have great, Sandra. Sandra giggled and almost let me fall. Wow, Hank, that's a real sweet thing to say, she grinned. I give my best, but it's the truth. Your Sam is super lucky. I couldn't share you, though. I just couldn't. You get that? I do, Hank. I wouldn't share you too. Maybe just maybe if we were an item and chose to mix things up or try swinging, I'd be okay with that with you. But only if we were in it together, no going solo. Sandra laughed again. Was she serious? Sharing me? She has another man. How would that even work? Back in the flat, Sandra began to take my clothes off. I thought to say something, but then let it be. Why not? In a flash, she was out of her dress and joined me in bed. Hush, Hank. I'm here tonight. Let's send that message to Carrie, okay? Sandra took me a bit, but Hank and I finally got together. He's pretty out of it and very mad. He's talked about leaving you a lot. I don't get why you're acting this way, but you're going to lose him for real if you keep this up. Doing this during your special trip was a really, really bad choice. We're pals, Carrie, so I'm being totally honest. Snap out of it, tell those other ladies to get lost, and figure out how to win your man back. It's over for you too if you don't. My genius replied was, wow, you went for it, Sandra laughed, making everything seem lighter. Carrie must have been on her phone because she hit back fast. Carrie, he's the jerk for leaving me like he did. He should have stayed and worked it out like I asked. I'm not changing a thing I'm doing here, and our anniversary means squat to me. I don't care if he wants a divorce. Sandra looked at the text from Carl. She took a deep breath. Should I reply to this, Hank? And how? She asked. I don't want you to lie to your buddy, Sandra, but I also don't want her to know what I'm up to. All right, what about this? Sandra, I'm with him now, but I told you drunk. He's never liked me much, but maybe he thinks I'm okay since I helped him out tonight. How about I see him again on Saturday and see how it goes? He's a really good-looking guy, and you know I've always liked him, always wanted him. So Saturday, I don't think things will go your way, but I'll try. It'll be fun for me, at least. Well, will she buy that? Sandra wondered. You've always liked me, for real? Hank raised his eyebrows. Yeah, and Carrie knows it. She's told me tons of times to make a move on you. I think she gets a thrill out of the idea of watching you with another lady, but that's weird with what she's doing now. It's those friends of hers, they think the guy shouldn't have any fun. They like to make their men feel small and worthless. Their husbands haven't left them, so the guys must sort of go along with it. I just don't get that at all, Sandra explained. Yeah, it's an odd thing for sure. Want to know something? I've asked Carrie a few times if we could swap for a night or a weekend. I get you, she gets Sam. Carrie always said no, she really doesn't like Sam. I even suggested a threesome once, but she wasn't into that either. Weird, right? Hank mused. Carrie texted back fast. Carrie Saturday works. All I could do was shake my head. That lady has gone mad. I don't know her, Sandra, not at all. Tears welled up in Sandra's eyes. All I can say, Hank, is she's deep into this crazy hot wife stuff. Everything in that text, every word, comes from that world and those mean friends of hers. I'm so sorry this is happening to you, Sandra consoled. It's okay, it won't be my problem much longer. You know what I'm doing? I'm meeting with my boss first thing tomorrow. I asked for a move to another place, Santa Fe, New Mexico, tomorrow. I'll explain why. I'll say I get this move with the job, or I'm gone. I'm moving out Saturday, going to stay with a pal for a bit. Carrie might guess who, but it won't matter. I'll be out of here before she's back. New Mexico lets you get a divorce easy. I just need to live there a little while, then do the divorce myself online for cheap. I don't have to say why, just a couple of months, and it's all done. I don't even need to tell Carrie, but she can't stop it once I file. Hank outlined his plan. Wow, you figured all this out in 2 days? That's amazing, Sandra exclaimed. I had 15 hours at the airport. 15 hours Carrie was off being stupid, so I used the internet, found a job at our company, perfect for me. I applied. That's my talk with the CEO tomorrow. Like I said, I get it, or I leave. I can leave by Sunday or Monday. I'll fix my bank stuff tomorrow. That's why I don't want Carrie back soon. I aim to be far away before she arrives, Hank explained. Wow, I'm shocked. Is it okay to say that? Shocked? Sandra inquired. Why? Well, I really like you. Just when I thought I could be with you, you're leaving. That's not fair, Hank expressed. I had to laugh. Hey, you have my number, you can always come see me, right? Your husband won't mind? Willie, then, Sandra laughed too. You'd have me over for real? Hank confirmed. Yeah, I mean, the only big no-no would be getting close to Carrie while we sort the divorce. From what I understand, me filing is kind of like we're already apart, so why not? I got it wrong about you, Sandra. I blamed you for Carrie's choices. I'm really sorry. We're done in my eyes. I don't owe Carrie anything now, so yes, if you want to visit, I'd be happy, Hank, Sandra agreed. Yes. I can't say when, but yes, I'd love to visit. Sam won't mind. Like I said, we do our thing, we don't hide it. I could even move in with you. and he'd be okay. That's how we roll, Hank said. That's wild to me. I couldn't live like that, Sandra, Hank admitted. I get it, Hank, but you don't have to. You're a one-person kind of guy. I see that, and I respect you for it, Sandra acknowledged. Oh, okay. Just thought of something. Change my name in your phone in case Carrie looks. Use a fake name, maybe like an old uncle, so she can't track me. I might get a new number there. I'll let you know before I do, though, Hank suggested. One night she and I stayed up till dawn. She went to her job with eyes half closed and tired. I left home tired too, but full of tasks. The bank visit was a breeze. It took me no time. Old man Cranch was easy to talk to. Once I showed him Carrie's texts, that made him want to help. He gave me back all my holiday time, saying it was for my move. He also shared something I missed online. This move was a big step up for me. More money and a big bonus were part of it. I asked to wait on the bonus and the raise till after I split from Carrie. He agreed, not wanting Carrie to get a penny. The HR team met me because of Mr. Crunch's call and sorted my transfer and pay changes quick. I took Carrie off my insurance. She could sort her insurance on her own. All I had to do now was pack and head to Alicia's the next day. Packing wouldn't take long, so I started when I got home. Sandra sent me a text asking how things went, Hank narrated. Sandra, how did it go? Did you get the transfer? Hank texted back. Yes, I'm ready. How about you? Tired? Thought about grabbing dinner tonight if you're up for it. If you're too beat, I get it, Sandra replied. Ha, I've got energy to spare for you. Can I stay over one last time before you go? Hank asked. I'd like that a lot. Let's actually wake up together this time. I'm hoping for a night in your arms. Too much to ask? Sandra wondered. Not at all. I want that too. But we're sleeping in the buff. I want as much of you as I can get. Is that asking for too much? Hank questioned. Just thought of something. I don't have to crash at my buddy's place. My flat will be free Sunday. You could stay Saturday night if you're free, Hank offered. Getting the VIP treatment, huh? I'm in. You sure, Hank? Sandra confirmed. 2 mornings with you, for sure. Meet at my place after work? Hank suggested. I'll be there soon after. Need to grab some clothes from my place first. Say 6:30? We'll head out to eat from yours. Oh, changed your name in my phone. You're now Uncle Ed, Hank, Sandra finalized. Sounds great to me. See you tonight. I rang Alicia right after to fill her in, but left out the part about Sandra. Alicia sounded a touch sad I wasn't staying with her. I promised to invite her over once I settle and mentioned I'd drop by on Sunday as I leave town. She warned me she'd be mad if I didn't. Then, I started packing. It was quicker than I thought. Carrie and I didn't have much stuff even after 5 years together. I copied all our tax stuff for Carrie to find. Only took a few kitchen things, some mugs, glasses, plates, cutlery, and wine glasses. Anything else, I'll pick up on the way. I needed stuff, but after a bit of thought, I put it all back except the cups for coffee and glasses for wine. I got to live in a big 3-bed, 3-bath home for free, thanks to Mr. Cranch. It should have cost, but he let me stay for nothing. It had all I needed, beds, towels, you name it. My only job was to pay for the water and lights at the end of the month. That's a deal you can't say no to. By the time it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I had all my things in boxes. Tired, I took a nap. Good thing I set my alarm or I'd have slept all night. I jumped up when Sandra knocked at 6:30. She looked amazing standing there, a bit shy. Sandra had on a black dress that fit her perfectly, black tights, and heels. She wore just a bit of jewelry, but wow, she was stunning. Come on in, what's the plan? Dancing maybe? I asked. Sorry, but I've packed up all my nicer clothes, Sandra chuckled. No, Hank, I just wanted to dress nice for you. Even if we only grab a quick bite, I wanted you to like it. Do you? Wow, yes, I do. But all I've got is jeans and t-shirts. That's perfect, Hank. I dressed up for you, just you. Let's eat, then come back here later. When we're at the new place, we can hit the town tonight. It's just about us and bed. Wow, so we're skipping the sandwich place, huh? I joked. I couldn't believe she did this for me. We found a place to eat that wasn't too busy. Afterward, we hurried back to my flat where it took me a bit longer to help her out of that dress than she thought it would, but it was worth every second. We did it 3 times, even though we were super tired. It was probably all the fun and new stuff going on that kept us going. We were both out of breath and all sweaty after the 3rd round, and she even asked for something Carrie never did. Carrie thought it was too much, but not Sandra. She was all in. Lying there close, I realized Sandra just fit right with me. With Carrie, we always had to move around to get comfy, but with Sandra, it was just right, and that felt amazing. She fell asleep fast. 1 minute she was giving me kisses, and the next, she was snoring softly, holding on to me tight. I couldn't believe how much had changed in just a few days. I was sad about losing my wife, really sad, but here I was with Sandra. Was she mine, married or not? She seemed really happy to be with me. She was doing everything she could to make me happy. This from a woman I didn't pay much attention to when she was friends with Carrie. How could this happen? But now, I was super happy to have her, even for a little while. And then there's the new job and the big move. I'm really looking forward to that. Mr. Cranch did so much to make it easy for me to keep my job and start fresh. He really went out of his way for me. Why does it matter? All I know is I'm going to work super hard for him. I'm all in. I'd do anything for him. And then there's Alicia. I'm going to really miss her. She was probably the best friend I ever had. Maybe. Well, I thought maybe I could talk her into moving too. I always felt a spark with Alicia if I was free to chase it. But could I chase that with Sandra in my life? I wasn't sure how it would all work out, and I didn't know how long Sandra would stick around. With me being with her wouldn't be simple, with us in different places. One thing was crystal clear though, Carrie was out of my world for good. Despite how much I wanted to push her away, in my heart, I couldn't. But she was gone for sure. What she did, when and how she did it, and what she kept doing made that choice for me. She was out. I'd miss her, but I'd never go back. I just couldn't. These were the thoughts that filled my mind as I drifted into deep sleep. When I woke up, the sun filled my room. I was in the same spot as when I fell asleep, which was odd for me since I usually move a lot at night. Not this time. Sandra hadn't moved either, still close to me, her head on my chest. Yeah, she drooled a bit, but I didn't mind. I stayed still, loving the comfort of having Sandra with me. This was way better than I had hoped for. It just felt right with her here. I swear I could feel her heartbeat. My phone on the nightstand started to vibrate. Sure enough, it woke Sandra up, and she sighed, stretching her body against mine. Her hand slid from my chest to my groin, gripping me. I caught my breath. "Are you awake, Hank?" she whispered. I ran my fingers through her hair. "Yeah, been up for a bit. Just was enjoying watching you sleep. You look so pretty when you sleep." I wanted to keep that picture in my head, I told her. She smiled into my chest. I slept so good, like never before. "Did you sleep okay?" I laughed a bit. "Yeah, I slept like a rock, didn't even turn around. I feel great. Your hand is in a nice spot." Sandra stretched and moved her head up close to mine. "Do you like doing it in the morning, Hank?" "I like it any time. Morning's great." So, we went at it again. She was on top this time. It was slow, which was great because I could watch her move. I thought if we had more time I could really fall for her. There was something about her. It's weird because I didn't think that way a few days ago. But no time, plus she's married, so am I, for now. Also, even though she said she liked me a lot, it doesn't mean it will turn into something more. It's probably just for fun for her. But she did say she wants to visit me in New Mexico. Maybe she will, maybe not. After we got up, showered, and got dressed, she put on shorts, a t-shirt with a bra, and a thong. Your phone was buzzing, texts from Carrie. She asked, I don't know, I didn't check. Don't really want to. Do you want me to look? Sure, yeah. Sandra looked at my phone and made a face. Yeah, she sent you 8 texts. Oh no, she sent you pictures, Hank. Pictures of her with someone great. I don't need to see that. Anything else? She said, oh, here's one you might want to read. Okay, give me the phone then. Carrie, you might be asking why I sent you those pictures. This is payback, Hank. You're getting what you deserve. I'm so mad you left me by myself. From now on, things are going to be different whether you like it or not. There are things I've never done with you, Hank, stuff you've wanted, like oral, and I mean all the way. Now I'm doing that with every guy here. Turns out I like it a lot with them. And yep, I'm letting every guy try the other thing too. I like that too and won't stop. But you, Hank, you'll never get that from me, not ever again. In fact, you'll never touch me like that again. But you will watch. You'll see every guy take what you wanted and it'll hurt you deep down. You don't deserve me, Hank, you never did. But I'll keep you. Why? Everyone needs a pet. Jesus, what's with her? Has she lost it? Sandra hugged me from behind, holding me tight. No, Hank, this hot wife life, it's about the woman making the husband feel small. It's not always like this, but it happens a lot. Seems like she's just following what her coworkers do. She thinks you're into this, she's convinced herself she's doing the right thing. She should know it's wrong, but she's, I don't know, lost. She might see the light when she realizes you're gone, but maybe not. It's hard to say. If I was unsure about leaving her, this makes it clear. We're done. Go to New Mexico, Hank. Make it your home, then start the divorce. Do it quick. I'll watch her for you, let you know what's happening. Okay? Sandra, I can't ask you to do that. Carrie's your friend. She was, Hank. This lady is not the Carrie I knew. She's like those others I don't like being with. Even if you and I weren't close, I wouldn't be friends with Carrie anymore. I'll keep an eye on her for you, Hank. I'll help you as you start over. Then we'll see where things go between us, okay? I was so surprised, I couldn't speak. She touched my lips and said, shoo. I don't expect anything, Hank. You have to leave and sort out your feelings. You're still caught up with Carrie because I'm here, right? We'll keep in touch, I hope a lot, and you can figure out what you need after your divorce. Don't just stay home, meet people, meet other women. Do it for me. That way if you choose me, I'll know it's real, okay? Wow, Sandra. I was thinking about how you see me and what it might mean just last night. Sandra smiled, that's good for both of us then. But you have to be sure you're not just jumping to me because you're hurt. I don't want just a quick thing with you. I want something real if it's possible, Hank. You need time, and you need to move past what Carrie did. Time, babe, I can wait. You'll wait? What do you mean? It means I'll wait to see what you want from me. I won't meet other guys until you say so. It's okay for me not to see anyone, not even Sam, till you're ready. I'm waiting for you, I want that, Hank. Sandra just shrugged. I blinked a few times, then stepped back from her. I walked to the kitchen table, making sure she saw me, took off my wedding ring, and set it down on the table. That's the only thing I'll let Carrie know. Sandra giggled. Got anything you want me to tell her? Yeah, I'll be in my new spot by Tuesday late in the day. I'll text you when I'm there, then you can tell Carrie you came to see if I was okay. You used your key, came in, and saw all my stuff gone. Say you heard I left and no one knows where to. It's kind of true. You're going to ruin her trip, Hank. Think of all those guys who will be bummed because she's sad. I chuckled. Sure, I'm starving. Let's eat. Then what do you want to do today? She just smiled at me. Sandra and I were together every moment until I had to leave. When we said goodbye, we both had tears in our eyes. I really had to hold back from asking her to come with me, but I didn't. What I did do was leave a mess for Carrie to clean up. That was my little revenge. Seeing Alicia before I left made me feel better. She hugged me tight, and we both had tears. She's my best friend ever since college, and this was the first time we'd be far apart. Leaving her was tough too. I even joked about getting her a job where I was headed, and she said I better. That felt nice. The drive was quiet. I turned off the radio and just used the car's map. The weather was nice, and the road wasn't too busy. I had a lot to think about. Mostly, I kept thinking about how saying goodbye to Sandra made me so emotional. It was surprising to feel so much after just a few days with her, especially when I hadn't cried over losing Carrie. Not a tear for Carrie since she hit me with that shock. Did it mean I never loved Carrie as much as I thought? No way. Carrie was my everything, my whole world. But what she did to me, it burned away my love in an instant. Can love vanish that fast? Seems so, 'cause that's the hit I took. I did feel a bit bad, like maybe I let her down, but heck, what she's doing and saying now wipes away any good from before. So, no tears for Carrie. That, itself, is a bit sad. But Sandra? Oh man, just thinking about her gave me a hard-on as I drove. Let me say, driving with a hard-on is a pain, especially one that won't quit. I stopped for the night after dark, ate some dinner, then texted Sandra from my room. Hank, got time to talk, could use hearing your voice. Sandra replied, sure, I'm home. Sam's out for the night, call me. Hey sweetie, thought about you all day, had a hard-on for like 3 hours, I confessed. Sandra laughed, really? 3 hours? How'd you get rid of it? Don't say you pulled over. No way, I replied, thought about it, but didn't want cops catching me. It just went away on its own. Her laugh was the best. So, you calling for phone sex? Need me to help you sleep? She teased. I laughed, wasn't planning on it. We just want more and more. All right, baby, so no talk of the birds and the bees tonight. How's the drive going? Any hitches aside from your personal issue? She inquired. Nope, it's all good. I plan to hit the road by 7 o'clock in the morning and drive till 8 o'clock at night. You'll be at work, but could you ring me at lunch just to catch up? I asked. You got it, Hank. I won't call from my desk, but I'll make sure to call you, she assured. How's it feeling being on the move now? Any second thoughts? Sandra asked. Not a bit. I thought it over while driving and I'm clear-headed. Not about leaving Carrie, but leaving you. Yeah, I have regrets there. I know I shouldn't say it, but I do miss not spending enough time with you. I keep thinking we've lost too much time, but I really want to try to make up for it every chance we get. Is it too soon to say this? I confessed. No way, Hank. Don't ever think that. I feel pretty much the same, and it's strange, but not bad. I wish Carrie hadn't turned me down before. I wish I had more time with you. So, it seems we're on the same wavelength. Cool with you? Sandra reassured. Totally. I nearly asked you to pack up and join me, you know, I admitted. Sandra chuckled. I was close to asking if I could join you. How funny is that, Hank? I can't fully grasp what's going on with us, but I do know I don't want to let go. I don't want to lose this feeling. It's only been a few days, but listen, don't be mad, okay? As we talked about, let's give it the time you need. And if you still want me, I'll come to you, okay? We can leave it at that for now. Yes, okay. I hoped you'd see things this way, but no stress. I'll do as you asked, to be sure, as you wished. But I do want you to visit me, okay? A week, a month, a few decades, whatever it takes, I said earnestly. That made her laugh again. You'll have it then, whatever you want or need. Trust that, Hank, I recalled. Just so you know, Carrie's been on her phone all day long. Please don't peek at that folder, okay? Trust me, you don't want to see what's in those pics. What's important is her friends, and Carrie too, are really mad because you haven't been talking to her. They're all talking in their group chats, saying Carrie should get a lawyer once she's back to sue you. They say you left her all alone in another country, and that's why they're upset. What are they, out of their minds? Sandra informed me. Fine, let her get a lawyer. I won't be around, and by the time this gets to court, I won't even live in that state anymore. Forget them. Maybe I should sue them back for bothering me or something, I suggested.